Lefty podcast. Onora Boys in the building, brought to you by Onora Whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. It's that premium American whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. And if you drink, by all means, make sure you do so.
Responsibly.
You got to do it responsibly. It's Friday. We're doing a little experimentation here, Left. We're trying to
Okay.
see if we can build the 10 o'clock hour. We've been pretty successful in the 11 o'clock hour Central Time. We're trying to see if we can build a 10 o'clock hour.
That's right.
That gives us a full 2 hours to go into Irish Breakdown at noon Central.
That's right.
Just trying to work together, trying to be greedy as a conglomerate, get everybody's eyes for a total of what, 3 to 4 hours? That's not too much, right, Left?
Not bad.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. We did a night show yesterday, and it was a fantastic show. Yesterday was one of those days here in Chicago, bro. I get a call from security, BMC, saying that one of the pipes at the church bus, youth church is
That's tough
flooded.
right there. Because
Youth
it
church
floods
is,
the basement, right?
no, it just flooded the youth church. It flooded the youth church, and thank God we got it taken care of. Fire department flushed the pipes out to reassure that nothing else happened, man, and we had some guys come out. See, the piping, this is the good thing. It's a blessing in everything. We were able to get the piping changed over from, it was very old piping, like iron, and we were able to get the majority of it changed over to PVC. So we don't have to worry about too much erosion, things getting stuck. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Man, just blessed to be able to take care of things and handle things. And, you know, then
Swiftly. Handle things swiftly.
man, bro. But it's a blessing to be able to handle those things swiftly, right? That's that's the thing. And I purposely left both sides of the building. I left the bathrooms running in the sink, the water running, and it was still cold enough to freeze one of the pipes, bro. So
Yeah, it's tough. That's tough right there. It's definitely a different feel when that happens.
yeah, so Lucky Lefty podcast. Joseph King, I don't know what have you heard about Mike Mickens? Because I haven't really heard anything about Mike Mickens. I mean, we knew halfway through the season that Mike Mickens was going to get offers. He got offers last off season. I mean, that's what happens when you have a really good coach.
That's what happens. Yeah.
That's, that's what happens. And it's pretty much noise, as someone said in the chat to this point. Let's get to what's smoking left. What's smoking brought to you by Fashion Geek, AlonzoJackson.com, Fashion Geek, reruns the city. See, Left, what's smoking is Junior Day, Left. Junior Day. Do you remember your first visit as a junior? Going into your junior season?
To Notre Dame?
Really?
No, you said my first visit to,
Or, yeah, your visit to Notre
or
Dame.
just my first visit to a college.
Yeah.
My first visit to a college was crazy. Um, I went to the University of Cincinnati,
Mm.
and it was a camp. So it was a camp kind of tour thing. And that first camp, I don't know, I just was on that day. I just looked the best out of the group that was there, I guess I'm gonna say that. Got an offer, my first offer from Butch Jones,
Mm.
and I'll never forget the man was like, remember the people that offer you the first love you the most. And I knew it was gonna be big time because you get your you get your first offer from Cincinnati, you're gonna that puts you in that category and you out of here.
hmm
Cause usually the Midwest you get the MAC offers, get some small D2s, this and that, maybe a big look from a Wisconsin, but you get that Cincinnati. Cincinnati like gave all. It's like that was the blue check
Mm,
in high school because because we had like Scout in Ohio, like different recruiting techniques back in the day. So if you got the offer from Cincinnati, oh you top 25 in the state. So I was able to get that as a sophomore going to my junior year. So it just to me felt like it legitimized the fact that I feel like I can do it, right? So the tour was cool. It was it's full circle moment. So the quarterback coach that was at Cincinnati on my first visit. Fast forward all the way to the end of my stint in football at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's an offensive coordinator now.
wow. Wow.
Well, during that time, during
Right.
that time, and I just was like, I just started laughing. I'm like, you know, the guys that offer you the first love you the most, and I didn't go there. So when I needed him to love me the most, he probably was like, "Oh, you didn't." Not that he probably weighed on that, but that's just like full circle moment, just way different, you know. So I think that was pretty cool to see. But my first Notre Dame visit was I only had one visit, and then I committed after. And it maybe it was the way they recruited Coach Martin had a way with his words and what he was saying, and
Mm,
basically it was like, we love you, we like you, and everything. We think come to games, all that. But it's between you and this other guy, and I think the other guy is ready to commit. It hit me with one of those, so I had to go home and really had to go home and be like, okay, do I embark on this? I was watching the Notre Dame versus Purdue game in
mm,
2012 when we had that field goal at the end with Tommy Reese and Ev.
yeah.
After we won that game, I committed right then and there.
Wow.
And I was like, Coach Martin, all right, you're right. I'm not gonna waste this opportunity. And if it's between me and him, I'm gonna take that. So I committed, and that was how it happened. Now
Yo,
this is before I even damn near played a game in high school. You know,
was that Ev's first start? Was that Ev's first start?
it was
His
when
first
Ev
home start?
went in for Tommy that game or something
He
like that.
threw for like 290.
But Tommy finished like the last drive for the field goal to win.
Hmm.
So that was the whole. It was just like okay.
Mm,
But it was something about watching that game and just how we at the time I didn't know Purdue was Purdue because we was
right,
playing everybody close. 2012 Coach Kelly, that was we just playing to keep it close.
right,
We just play. If we get a lead, we just gonna try to hold on to it.
right,
We don't care
right.
if
They
it's
won that
three
game
or seven.
2017. Yeah.
We don't care if it's 3-7 or 2. We get up. Oh, we totally different makeup. We conservative. So maybe it was just the dramatic season that it was. I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Man, that's an incredible story. Lucky Lefty podcast. So, junior days coming up, big weekend, and Notre Dame has some big time talent that's already committed, and some guys that are uncommitted coming to campus left. And we're going to check out a couple. One local from Indianapolis, and another one from IMG Academy. But he's kind of Notre Dame legacy. I call him Baby Owusu. That's right.
Yeah, because it's Botanga.
It is
Are they
Nathaniel.
cousins?
They're brothers.
Wait, hold
Nathaniel
on, hold
Owusu-Boateng.
on. Hold on. Okay.
Hey,
You were talking about the guy from IMG, the linebacker,
this is
right?
baby. It's Baby Wusu.
It's so Owusu-Boateng is just I don't know the Boateng part, but the Wusu is stuck out too. Okay, so that's little brother.
Little
Wow.
brother.
Is he nice?
Let's check him out, Les. Right here. Let's check him out right
Is he
here, Les.
nice?
Let's check him out, dude. Number one outside linebacker in the country. Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng will be on campus. Left. You know I love Jeremiah Wusu, bro. You know this, right?
Okay.
Look, man.
Does he play the same position as his brother?
Pretty much, left.
Okay.
Pretty
See,
much, bro.
this fits into that legacy category.
Yeah, this might be that
This fits
legacy
into the.
you might like this legacy here, though.
Oh, he's number one linebacker in the country.
Yeah, left. Yeah.
Oh man, and you know what's so funny? They built the same. They got a thin build, but they play like the middle linebacker. It's crazy. They make
Yeah.
it happen.
Left, he's a little bit bigger than Jeremiah, though, bro.
But they got a thin build as a like. He's not a stocky dude. It's like he is not missing any corners or spaces and filling out. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like he's a filled out like inflatable toy type of deal.
Left. I'll let
It's
you
just
watch his
he's
film.
just man. It's what sticks out is just the tenacity. It's just like a heat-seeking missile. He's running through the ball carrier. Sometimes you see guys just bring him down. He's like action hero movie, flying out the window, taking dudes down, running through tackles. Yeah. And what you have to love is that a guy that can run through contact. A lot of guys can meet you there, but they're not going to finish the job and run through. They're not going to run through. So it's going to be interesting to see how we recruit this kid because this is that Reuben Foster field. Just a playmaker. As you see, that's
Mm.
just heads up. You see how he hits the ball out? Crazy.
Lucky Lefty podcast, man. Once again, Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng, number one outside linebacker. And I understand some people might have doubts as he visits Notre Dame this weekend. There's the legacy with his brother, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who's now playing in the NFL, starring All Pro Bowler for the Cleveland Browns. And there's a legacy and a connection there. Some people might have doubts in the recruiting because of the IMG thing, right? Like how many kids has Notre Dame gotten out of IMG? That's usually, fertile ground for the SEC in recruiting. But from the things I'm hearing, his familiarity with the program, his appreciation for Marcus Freeman, and the relationship that's there with Marcus Freeman as a former defensive coordinator, former linebacker, it bodes
Yeah, and
well for
Marcus
Notre
Freeman,
Dame.
and I think Marcus Freeman's influence plus his brother's success there, it should be a slam dunk. Do they talk? Are they cool with each other? Some brothers don't be cool. They want to.
Come on,
You know,
man. Come on, man. This is
nah.
this is
I
this
don't.
is
I
a
don't
real
want. I don't want no disturbances in there. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to see if this is a slam dunk, like I feel
uh,
like it is.
bro. It is. Look, Notre Dame finally style of play is a benefit for Notre Dame.
Hey, I can tell
He
you one thing. He's not gonna be missing open field tackles.
no, no, dude. His film is pretty much open field, and the
And
fact
another thing, I guarantee you, we're not gonna have a speed problem at linebacker.
no, I think we're gonna solve that prior to him arriving in Notre Dame if he commits in the 25 class. But you're right, left. He is legit the number one. He's a top 10, 5-star, at least top 30 at worst player in the country. At worst, right? You have to wipe. You expect Georgia to be in play. You expect Ohio State to be in play. With Kalen DeBoer, with Nick Saban gone, does that set back Alabama? Probably so. Probably a little bit. Because now they have to reestablish contact with the new defensive staff that isn't even in place right now. Like I said, this is his first visit. And the fact that he wants to come now, the fact that
Yeah,
he
he
wants
could
to
play
come
right
now,
now. I think you could plug him in. Al Golden probably licking his chops on recruiting.
oh,
Like, look, we can plug you in at that spot and you go crazy. Now, I think this adds to the effect of what the makeup of the team is changing to at defense, and it's been consistent.
yeah. And like someone in the chat said, getting him on campus is absolutely huge, love. You want to get this type of talent on campus and you want to be able to show them, hey, this is what's different. Like,
And
don't
he
get it
plays a
twisted.
lot like a KVA, a recruit we just got, a guy that flies around. And I think you matching styles at linebacker to where this is the dynamic shut down the run type of defense that you're building. These are run stopping linebackers.
Man, upgrade, you think?
Yeah, this is an intentional recruit right here
You know what?
because
I'm about to say something, and I hope it doesn't come across as disrespectful. Notre Dame is finally getting non-Senior Bowl linebackers.
oh
Did you get
yeah,
you get that?
it's a little
I'm ready.
different.
I'm ready for Notre Dame to have linebackers that bypass the Senior Bowl. Like, dude,
Yeah. Guys, it's
we,
like, you know what? I just got my film. Just check the film.
I'll meet with the teams at the combine, and I'll see y'all at the draft. You know
Because that
that?
means you talking first round.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like, I'll have my meetings with the teams, maybe a couple of private workouts. See y'all at the draft when I shake Adele's hand, or whomever the commissioner might be at that time. And I support. I support like JD Bertrand is going to the Senior Bowl. I'm sure he's going to be
Yeah.
impressive,
Look,
prove his
look, they
leadership.
should. They
Yeah,
should. It would help their draft stock.
but
We want guys that don't need help.
no,
that's the,
no,
that's we recruiting guys that don't need no extra push.
yeah,
They don't need to prove anything after the 12, 13, 14 games in the season.
yeah. He is ranked
That's
currently as number 52nd nationally. That's according to 24/7. I think that changes, and I think it changes in a hurry. He's right there. Remember, we talked about the 4.5 that needs to be added to these recruiting rankings.
that's right.
He's probably a 4.5. Like, I don't know what they need to see from him in order for him to get that 5th star, but right now he's right at that 4.5. And like you said, left the slender build, just like his brother, 6'2", 205. Just like you said, left. He's
Yep.
built just like his brother.
He's a thinly, strongly built guy. And I think that's
Oh
going to
yeah, man. A return visitor, local from Indianapolis, man, from the same high school that gave Notre Dame Sheldon Day left. This dude, Damien Shanklin, left. Now you tell me, because we just watched Baby Wusu. You tell me which film you're more impressed by. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. This kid, he's special, left. These are two must gets. Must get on campus.
This is 25.
Yeah. Yeah,
This is why the class gonna have to be number one. Yeah. Look at that reach. Yeah, that's the guy that's looking for problems, looking for contact. He's flying down there. Usually guys are going in there more cautious because they don't know who's pulling. He went in there looking. He said somebody's gonna get hit. Yeah, somebody's getting hit because I'm coming. Great instinctive play. And a lot of this is what you're gonna build from a dynamic pass rusher. When you recruit a guy like this, Marcus Freeman can't go to the podium and say sacks don't matter. You can't go to the podium and say sacks don't matter to Marcus Freeman because why are you recruiting this type of guy?
Yeah.
This is a recruit that's saying sacks matter, everything. The edge rushes, we're looking for another sack leader in Notre Dame history.
This is that type of kid. 6'4", 230 right now, left. 6'4", 230.
And you're gonna get to probably what, maybe 6'5", 295?
Dude, I'm cool with him at 265. 265, 270.
Ooh, 270, yeah.
Coming off the edge.
At six.
He might
because Nolan Ziegler is like 6'3", 240, even though he's not there anymore, but he was like 6'3", 230, right? So if you get him at 6'4", 6'5" at 270, 280, now we got size and speed. Now if he keeps some speed with that, that's really dangerous.
Yeah, because I think Dallas Turner He's a Dallas Turner type to me. Dallas Turner's right around that 6'3", 6'4" range, about 255, 260. He has that same explosiveness, and like you said, he's delivering hits, whether it's offensive lineman pulling or it's a running back coming through the hole or going after the quarterback. He has a very violent game. Look at that. He took on the dude. He just wants to hit somebody, left. It's almost like if he doesn't hit somebody, he doesn't feel
Yes,
like he
yeah.
gave
He's
a good
just
rep.
he's not looking to hit first, ask questions later.
Yeah, yeah.
That reckless but great abandonment, the reckless abandonment part, is what we don't have at Notre Dame right now.
Well, we
I
just
thought I
saw.
thought Baptiste was kind of close, but not what this kid is.
Well, we saw it with back-to-back kids. You see it with Damien Shanklin, and you definitely see it with Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng. Two kids that from the outside at outside linebacker, defensive end, dude, they just fly around and make plays. They're disruptors. And it's good to see Notre Dame finally identifying disruptors, bro. You have to identify disruptors and not only get disruptors, because I think the disruptors on this defense on each level, you have the inside guys. Like you said, John the Baptist, he was a disruptor, played very well for Notre Dame this year. RJ Owen can come in and be a disruptor. But JD Bertrand was a disruptor at times. Kaiser was a disruptor. They played very well, but you're talking about a level of disruption now going up and being more consistent because you raise the level of speed and athleticism. And this young man, his specialty is getting in the backfield and getting tackled for losses and sacks. That's what he does. You just watch his film, just aggressive, physical, and constantly in the backfield. Warren Central, Indianapolis, 4-star defensive end, Damien Shanklin, will be in South Bend this weekend for Junior Day. Man, we look forward to Notre. I think we can possibly get a couple of commitments this weekend left. I think we can get a couple of commitments this weekend. And then you set up, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. The guys that are coming in, Deuce Knight is gonna be there. James Flanagan is gonna be there out of Wisconsin. Davion Dixon, the big boy in the middle, is gonna be there. Josiah Kai. He just left Notre Dame. He just moved his brother in who came back from his mission. Family came down, helped him get settled, and then Josiah's coming right back for the Junior Day. So that shows, how committed he is. Then you got targets. Devin Williams left. Devin Williams is one of those dudes. Him and Golden both have to get these kids. Getting them on campus is absolutely huge. He's from Buford, Georgia High School, home of Darius Walker, former Notre Dame running back great. Dalen McCutcheon will also be on campus. He's out of Lovejoy, Texas.
How do
Jerome
you think the
Bettis
running back room's gonna play out?
in the 25 class.
Yeah, the 25 class added to the being added to the room that's already stacked.
Oh, they had plenty of speed. Plenty of the Thurman kid
Do
is
you
a
think we'll get
speedster.
anybody that leaves though?
From the 24 class?
How it's constructed right now? You got Jabron, you got Jadarian, you got Jeremiah Love, you got Aeneas Williams.
hmm So are you asking me if somebody's going to leave in the spring?
Do you think? I mean, do you think they would leave?
It's it's possible, left. It's possible. I mean, that's just attrition, man. You come out, you battle in the spring, and you realize you're fourth or fifth on the depth chart as a third-year player. I think they really like Jabron Payne as that third down guy.
A third down guy?
Yeah, he usually comes in on third downs. That's his thing, especially in the passing game. That's been his thing. And short yardage was one of his specialties as well. So With the departure of Aldrick, is that something he can take over? But heck, Jeremiah Love runs the ball hard inside. Jadarian Price, I don't know, Left. I just don't know how many reps are there for somebody
Right,
like
that's what I'm
Deshaun
saying.
Payne.
Will force a guy out, but who would be the odd man?
I tell you, it won't be the two freshmen because they have no reason to leave. They can wait their turn.
Man, dudes are leaving for nothing, no man.
And Damien Shanklin is a top 100 kid. Top 100 kid. So you're talking about two kids on campus that are top 50, the other one top 100. You got Owen Stribick, the big offensive tackle, coming to Notre Dame. This is his sixth visit to Notre Dame. Notre Dame fans ask me all the time, how many times is this dude gonna visit?
Yeah, what you want to see that much?
He's been to Wisconsin 4 or 5 times. So I mean, I think the kid is like enjoying his visits. I'm
Yeah, that
mad at
sounds
him,
like a kid that's thorough. He gonna get the
and it
most out
sounds
of it.
like his family has a little coin for
Yeah,
these
hey,
summer
that's
visits.
the kids that go take it official to Hawaii about 4 or 5 times. Unofficial, that means you paying your way.
Absolutely. I'm not mad at it. Jerome Bettis Jr. legacy out of Atlanta Woodward Academy, wide receiver in 25 is going to be here as well. Elijah Burris, son of Plaxico. Plaxico Burris might be on campus this weekend, Left.
Hey, Ryan Clark was
Hey, we're getting a lot of these former Steelers
legacy.
legacies, bro. Hey, Marcus Freeman, he, he's going to that DNA and that bloodline of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Elijah Burris, definitely. We broke down his film a couple of shows ago. I think it was on Wednesday. Kid is just sudden, man. Just quick, sudden, in and out of breaks. And
But
like,
it definitely begs the question: are we a vertical team? Or I think we're building a team that's just guys in space, dink and dunk,
well,
and
see,
then
this is the
hit
thing,
them over
Left.
the head.
See, I think Notre Dame does a poor job or has done a poor job of attacking defenses horizontally.
Right, right.
I mean, I don't think they've been elite attacking defenses vertically either, to be honest. But that's
Okay,
what
yeah.
was so great. That's what is so great about Kalen DeBoer in Washington. They force you to defend every inch of grass, bro. Mentally, if you're a defensive back, a linebacker, and a safety, you are watching every quadrant, every blade of grass, because they can throw something at you. Their screen game is immaculate, bro. When was the last time you saw effective wide receiver screening at Notre Dame?
2015, Will Fuller, North Carolina, took
You
it to the
might
crib.
you might be right, Left.
I mean, that stands out. Now, I'm sure there's been others, but I remember that one because I was like, man, Will fast. Like Will fast. But Denbrock, that's Denbrock's offense. I think that Denbrock's gonna go to what the strengths of the team are, not to a system that we're trying to continue. Which
Mhm.
I think it will be refreshing because okay, then you'll see, oh, we got to go to Chris Mitchell because he's consistently showing up. Oh, we not missing the game without seeing, Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price touching it 10, 12 times a game each in different ways. Oh, we're identifying a receiver that's getting Charlie Jones numbers individually. Like not as a group. I don't think we'll see another community effort by the receivers that's under, you know, it's not gonna be any more Charlie Joneses. I'm not banking on it. I'm not counting on it. I'm just saying. So, at the end of the day, what's gonna be so cool about what Notre Dame is becoming is gonna be, well, how are you gonna make all this work?
Mm.
Marcus Freeman's gonna have to really step his offensive game up because you're gonna have to really mix and match these players that are becoming blended. I think that's almost harder than just getting a guy that's like, oh, Carnell's our route technician, whoop de whoop. Then we got another guy that's just straight big boy catch. Then another guy in between it. You're getting guys that play outside, inside, running back, sometimes quarterback, slot. kick return, punt return, catching screens, catching. So it's like, okay, you got a bunch of dudes that can do it positionless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we've seen a positionless offense yet. I mean, interchangeable.
Mm.
Aeneas Williams can be a receiver one game and running back another game and an outside. I mean, Jeremiah Love could be in the slot one game. We go empty. I think now it comes down to capability of Denbrock. Can Denbrock, he can easily overload Riley Leonard, overload his talent set. We ask you to stretch the field vertically, throw it to Chris
So
Mitchell down the seam, throw it to these fast receivers. It's that
can
takes
that be?
time.
Can that be? But we talk about the simple things that Riley Leonard will be able to do might be short, intermediate. Get the ball out of your hands. Get it to the
Right.
playmakers.
Everything five and below, behind the line of scrimmage. That's my take.
So what's the key? Because you've developed this game that Lakewood is a play caller. Why has Notre Dame struggled in the short game and quick screen game? Is it simply talent? I mean, is it timing? What has it been that has caused them to be ineffective in this area?
Well, it's a belief factor. It looks like on the field, these guys don't believe they're gonna block the guy when they're going against him. It's kind of half effort. I thought it was an effort issue on the outside because if the effort is good, screens are based off of effort. Just get in front of the guy long enough. If you can't get off screens or not getting anywhere with screens over time, it just shows you have a lack of effort. That's all. It's not even like a thing you draw up on the chalkboard and have to over explain. It's like, look, we're gonna throw it to him right here.
Mm,
3 of y'all versus 3 of them. That's it. 3 of us, 3 of them don't run into a tackle. You know what I'm saying? So I think the type of playmakers we have are so used to catching and getting right. How many of those same guys are blockers? Because somebody gonna have to block. I ain't seen no blocking tape on none of these kids. All these kids are the best kids on the team because they got the ball in their hands. Just imagine an NBA team with a bunch of Russell Westbrooks. How would that work? Yeah, that starting 5 of Russell Westbrook. How would that work? So I think some variety at some point has got to be identified because we ran into that problem last year. We couldn't identify a go-to guy because everybody was kind of quirky the same. Like it was just heard or quirky. It's like, okay, we can use a phase on and interchangeable with the outside guy, interchangeable. So it was never like 3rd down and 8. I see him getting on the field. I know it's going to him. Oh, we're down 7. We down 10. We need a spark on offense.
mm,
I know what number I. Because when we had Kyron Williams, it was 23 show.
mm.
It wasn't no question going into the game. Like, who are we going? It was, man, Kyron save us. We're going to have to put you out at receiver. Kyron save us. We need 150 yards out of you. Kyron save us. The O-line sucks, but he just carrying the load. Now it's kind of like, well, we got a community. And I'm just like, yeah, I get it.
It is baffling to me to watch other teams consistently, man, come into Notre Dame Stadium and hit Notre Dame with quick screens. Lesser teams with lesser talent. I'm sitting there like, yo, this is literally 4 or 5 years consistently where Notre Dame cannot pop quick screens, cannot pop screens to the running backs, right? We tried to pop a screen on Ohio State on that last drive. Hell,
Ineffective.
just
Ineffective. We first of all, we throw a screen to the best player in the debatably one of the better players in the country on when the game's on the line. That's like we want this kid to succeed in the draft. We give him prime time because you know what? My only thing is that play right there is gonna be what Mel Kiper is replaying on his draft board. Oh,
him
look at
blowing
how
it
he's
up.
Look at
Yeah.
how he's so intellectually smart and clutch. He on this game to seal the game. He was so heady that he made a play, almost picked it off. Man, we need this player at number one because of Notre Dame.
I'm talking about that cat JJT, Ohio State, who, by the way, decided to come back. A lot of their players who were projected to be first round picks decided to come back. Ryan Day is real desperate with this Bill O'Brien hire, though. You know, he's bogus for trying to throw Marcus Freeman's boy under the bus and trying to blame him for why the offense struggled as the play caller. Offense struggled because, like Lou Ho said, you're soft. You're soft. Every time you play a physical team, you see what happens. It is what it is, man. Embrace it. Just embrace it. You didn't have
Yeah, I
CJ
think it's just
Stroud to
embrace
save you.
it, man. Just embrace it.
Hey, we're embracing the fact that Notre Dame has been the passing game, and Notre Dame has been suspect.
And it's frustrating suspect. Not like, man,
Yeah,
we can't recruit. It's like, man, we got the dudes.
yes, yes.
It's never been, oh, we ain't got nobody. It's appeared like that. But then you look at these numbers and you look at where they land in the NFL and the draft, and you're like, wait a minute. How did we miss that?
Man, look,
I mean, we turned a guy like Javon McKinley into a draftable guy.
Javon, Miles Boykin,
EQ, Chase. Chase
you,
wasn't even a real football player. That was a rugby player that came his freshman year.
man. It is. It's one of those things left. So, yo, Owen Stribick, it's gonna be his sixth visit. I understand the frustration Notre Dame fans feel like, man, commit already. Hey, man, let that man breathe. Another Indiana kid left, Mark Zachary, defensive back. Notre Dame, once again, identifying, hey, we need to put a fence around our state. Regardless of how much talent comes out of here, the best players in this state need to play at Notre Dame. Damien Shanklin's coming in. They got Bronte Johnson in last year's class. And Mark Zachary, defensive back, once again, your boy Mike Mickens. He's on something left. He's on something with
I
this
hope he
kid.
doesn't. I hope he doesn't leave to go to Cincinnati, man. That's what I was hearing on the rumor mill.
Hey, man, look, I can't say nothing, but I'm saying something. If I were you, I wouldn't worry. That's how
I
I'll just
wouldn't
leave it at
go. I
that.
feel like I wouldn't. Not this one.
I wouldn't worry. Ben Davis High School, Indianapolis. I like his feet. He has good feet, good hips. Breaks on the ball, very nice. Man, I like the fact that he catches the ball as a defensive back, which is a rarity. He doesn't have a lot of PBUs. He has a lot of interceptions, turnovers.
He's snatching it for sure.
I love seeing that. Long kid. Once again, Mike Mickens loves these long defensive backs. Look at that.
I feel like Mike Mickens said, "Look, Sauce Gardner is the archetype.
Mm-hmm.
Sauce Gardner is gonna make me my money. The archetype of the long corner that is gonna develop. That's hard to beat because when he gets really good, it's length. So you really got to be accurate and really got to be on it because it's not even. I think it's less speed when you that big.
Well, see, speed, how much speed do you need as a
You
defensive back?
just
Because
you just need
Richard
enough to
Sherman
play
wasn't
in
exactly the
phase.
fastest. Can you be physical?
You just need enough to be in phase. If
Yeah,
you in arm's length, you good. Just have your ball skills.
yeah. You stay physical, do your thing, stick to your strengths. And like you said, you watch this film, he might not be the fastest, but the two guys they got in the 24 class aren't 4.2 guys. But you talking about physical kids that are long and that are sticky in coverage. That's like you said, that's the archetype, man. Like that's Ben Mickens, that's Cree Thomas, that's already in the class. That's what he loves, and he can coach them and get them ready. That's the big thing, bro. We looked at Christian Gray's film as a junior. We asked the same questions, left. Like, man, is the 4.4 speed that he clocked in at the Ohio State camp, like, man, I don't know if I see that. And then you see him play his senior year against all the top receivers he faced. And then you see him his freshman year, you're like, okay, okay. And the eye that Mike Mickens has to be able to see not so much what is, but what is to come with these defensive backs, he's sort of prophetic in a way with the way he evaluates the position.
Yeah, and the physicality part is what I think is transferring the most and helping guys adjust a lot faster. If they come in physical, Mike Mick is gonna get you all the other development stuff. I think that's a faster learning curve. And you see guys that aren't afraid to make tackles. That's another thing. Huge underrated value is a guy that's gonna put his head down in a one-on-one opportunity, not look to duck out the way.
And it's so funny. I just saw, like, I think 3 plays ago was the first time I saw him really trailing and kind of like trying to catch up. But you watch everything else, he's right there. Very sticky, whether he's in bump and run, he's in off man coverage. Seems like they play a little bit more off man.
Off man with their eyes in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. Mark Zachary, another local kid. Notre Dame trying to put the fence around Indiana. I like the fact that the guys that Mike Mickens gets are physical as well, Left.
That's what we said. Physicality. If you're physical coming in, that's such a learning curve for you, because that's half the battle at corner. You got to learn how to put hands on people and slow them down. Because realistically, ain't nobody's feeding the world good enough to stop a guy running full speed. So if you can slow him down and then have good technique, which Mike Mickens is great at, where Sauce Garner has developed so well at, you're going to be fine, Christian Gray. Talking to Christian Gray. Because he's got the measurables that you're like, oh, that sounds nice. About 6'3", 220, 215 on a good day. He probably not that heavy, but what was he, 185 or something? And just long, Kevin Durant arms. And he's gonna beat you up at the line. It reminds me a lot of the L'Jarius Sneed doing against Tyreek Hill in the playoff game. Just all up in him.
Yeah.
All up in him.
Yeah.
I think if we add that, because you not only is Notre Dame known for giving up a bunch of running back yards, but top receivers usually be doing pretty well as well. Drake London, Caleb Downs, they're coming in and do all right. Now,
I would say that was true prior to the last 2 years.
Right, because then we got one player that really put a damper on that.
Mm-hmm.
So who's that next player for us defensively? That's after Ben Morrison. So you got to start thinking after Ben Morrison, because this has been Morrison last year. Hell, I don't have no problem if he sit out a little earlier. I think he's a lock. But Ben Morrison leaving it shouldn't impact us like a crater. We should be next guy in. I think there's some potential in there, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, Left, I'm happy. You see the smile on my face as we get ready to switch over. You see the smile on my face? You know why? When we get off, I think I'm going to hit 94, 57 to 94, head to the city, because Marcus Freeman, Al Golden, Mike Brown, Chad, pretty much the whole crew, they're in Chicago today, bro. The whole brigade just about is hitting Chicago, bro. And that makes me very happy. That's right.
That's right.
Attack Indiana. When you get done with that, Marcus Freeman, Mike Denbrock, Al Washington.
Trio that thing up, man.
Yeah, they come checking on Joseph Reed. They're checking on Dominic Kulak, Christopher Burgess, all commits in the 25 platinum.
Hell yeah.
But they're going to Mount Carmel, which powerhouse. National powerhouse every year. Chicago, Mount Carmel, they're going there. Probably going to hit up Simeon, a couple other schools. check in, do the due diligence. They might even, there is a former Notre Dame player who has a junior defensive end son that plays for Brother Rice, who is a fast riser. Somebody told me just this week, like, watch this Steck kid. Watch this Steck kid from Brother Rice. His dad went to Notre Dame. He's about 6'4", 6'5", 225 right now. But I'm hearing he's a beast.
Mm.
So he might be another name that might come into play a little bit later.
Mm.
So I told you, Howard Griffith told you, it's certain eras where you see Chicago talent at an elite level. And he's like, we're in one of those pockets over the next 2 to 3 years where, yo, the talent in Chicago is darn good. It's like AJ Espinoza, his brother plays for the Bills. He's one of the top defensive linemen in the country. Nobody's really talking about him, Left. Nobody's really talking about him. The baby brother.
They're not
So
giving it credit, huh?
that just lets you know the depth in Illinois and the
Yeah.
Chicagoland area in the next couple of years, man. It's really deep. So yeah, they're attacking Chicago. Mike Brown is also going to be here, but this is his stomping ground. You know, when he was in Wisconsin and other areas, he would frequent Chicago.
And you got
Hope,
that Joe Rudolph in there going with him up there, so
yeah, him and Gino, and hopefully they're checking in on Taylor while they're up here, bro. Now, Owen Stribick comes down, but Joe Rudolph will be visiting him today, and James Flanagan. So, home visit, school visit today. Owen Stribick makes the trip down tomorrow. And then Chris O'Leary, Mike Mickens, Marty Biaggi, and Dylan McCullough, they're going to Indianapolis to seal the deal with the school visit with Mark Zachary, and then hopefully get him in this weekend if there are no changes. And look, Left, you have to be happy. I said Al Golden. I meant Al Washington was coming with the crew to Chicago. Al Golden is going to be on the road recruiting linebackers.
yeah. Yeah.
Left, you have to dominate Indiana and Chicago if you are Notre Dame. You have to. You have to. It's a must. It's a must. Now, Left, you tell me whether or not you want to wait because Notre Dame went and watched and visited a quarterback out there in Newsbury Park, California.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how far that is from you.
California's big. They, when you say something like that, it seems like some of them off cities that I ain't heard of yet.
That Newberry, not Newsbury, Newberry. Make sure I say the Bury, the U, Newberry Park, California. Freddie Spiegel. They saw him this week, and then he's visiting Notre Dame. Left. So he's going to be taking a nice flight into O'Hare unless he's going directly into South Bend. But he'll
Yeah.
be coming in as a 26 four-star quarterback. Left. Now we can save his film for later if you would like.
No, roll it down.
He's up there in Kardashian country. Left. He's right there by Thousand Oaks, out there by the Clausens.
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about.
Oh,
Actually, he
okay.
plays. He plays in. So I'm coaching potentially for this new team, Westlake. Is he number three quarterback in his class or something like that, or is he ranked pretty high or something like that?
He's ranked pretty high, bro. He has offers from Miami, UCLA,
Yeah, I think
Boston College,
he's. What in what school again?
uh, Newberry, Newberry
Yeah,
Park.
yeah, yeah. He's ranked like number three or something in his class for quarterback.
Okay, so if you had a chance to watch him and his highlights and compared it to Ryder Lyons, just off the top of your head,
We actually played this kid this year, so I'm excited to see.
oh, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, he's in our division.
Oh, all right.
So you said Thousand Oaks, Newberry. Yeah, that's like where Westlake and all that is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty solid.
He's a big kid though. He's tall,
Yeah, hell yeah.
6'5".
Stuff I always question about big guys like this is the off schedule plays and off schedule decision making. You know what I mean? That was a
Arm is
beautiful
okay.
ball.
Yeah, it was.
That was a beautiful ball right there.
He has a beautiful arc on his ball.
Absolutely.
This is a 26 kid,
I mean,
same pass, right of
you
line.
can tell he wants those deep routes. he looking he's like, I'm gonna hang in here till I get that deep route. And heck, the one thing that stands out already is that he offers something that I haven't seen from any of the quarterbacks on a consistent level, that he's throwing the ball down the field.
Hmm.
And it's down the field. It's not like some dink and dunk wide open good throws. These are no, I'm pushing it, I'm hitting the right time, and I'm throwing. I mean, this is really good from the perspective of a kid that's not showing you a tape of easy stuff.
Oh, that was
Stuff like
great.
that is hard
That
to
was
do.
Yeah, that was anticipatory. That was a great throw.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, this kid is. I really like this kid's it factor. He believes in his arm. I tell you that. He don't is one of those guys that doesn't see nothing covered.
Hmm.
No good. No defender is covering good enough. And if he can keep that confidence, that's something that you can't teach. Because he's gonna fit the ball and do all types of confident throws. And so this probably he's more confident than Kenny when it comes to just how he's just play after play. Nothing's not open to him. So that's
So,
a unique talent.
so looking at his feet, left. You always talk about the feet of young quarterbacks. Like, what do you see?
I love that he's decisive. Decisive with his feet. He's 1, 2, I'm getting to it and I'm staying tight and I'm trusting my arm.
Yeah, Brady Schmigel, Newberry Park, right outside Thousand Oaks, California, and Newberry Park, California. Oh man, I hope he doesn't light you guys up this year, left. I hope you guys are able to get the W. I think I might fly out for that game, left. I don't know who's the defensive coordinator because I know you're the OC. Who's the defensive coordinator? Because you might have to help him out with this young man in the passing game. Yeah, he is threading the needle, left, with all most of these throws. He is definitely anticipatory, timing, good feet. Doesn't have the strongest arm, but I mean he's extremely accurate, dude, because he is literally threading the needle on a lot of these throws. And this is his sophomore film. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Adam Blair, I don't know. Adam, I'm going to allow Malik to answer that question first, and then I'll get to it. But that's tough, man. That's really tough. I don't know. I wouldn't be mad with either of these kids following Deuce Knight in 26.
Yeah, I think we listen, we get a kid like this, he changes the game.
Who would you take? Would you take Ryder Lyons just based upon what we've seen from them as sophomores? Would you take? I
I'll take
think
this
Ryder.
kid.
Okay.
I think this kid got some just the right amount of it factor when he plays that we missed this year, in my opinion, offensively. Where, yeah, this is a tough down and maybe they had it covered, but he's putting that ball in a position where his guy's going to win and he can be able to be successful, even if it's guarded. I don't think we have that yet on the team, and I know that he's going. Man, I mean that's that's really good. I like this kid a lot.
I don't know if you're gonna like him on the day you play him, but
You said what?
I said I don't know if you're gonna like him the day you play him during the
I mean, I
season.
didn't know. Now I've never really broke his film down, but man, it's hey, we let him sit back there and do this all day.
Hey, leading into the game, I'm sure you're gonna walk into the defensive room like, hey man,
Hey man,
hey,
what you think is good ain't good enough with this guy, because you know. So
left.
yeah, I think he definitely uses height to an advantage, but he understands timing, understands how to get the ball up and down the air, I mean, this kid looks really good. You said he has all from everywhere. I can see why.
Everywhere,
Yeah, I can
everywhere
see why this
already,
kid's amazing.
already.
Yeah, he's a future drafted guy. This kid's pretty good. I like him better than. Man, it'd be hard for me not to want him to start if he came next year. I'll tell you that.
I'm not gonna get that hyperbolic about the kid. I mean, I like the kid. I like the kid a lot.
I'm telling you.
I like the kid a lot. I'm gonna be
I
honest.
don't know. I don't know how direction we going offensively or whatever.
I was Team Ryder Lions after your film breakdown the other day in 26.
I'm team whoever this kid.
And after Marcus Freeman got a chance to go out there and look at the kid and got him to get on the plane, the fact that he got on the plane to say, yo, this kid is from Newberry, California. He knows what's happening in the Midwest this weekend. We just got another 4 inches last night, left overnight.
Listen, he's so good. He gonna want it how he want it. Good
Man,
destination, all of that. I get it. Notre Dame is like you gotta want to go there, man, because you're not gonna get glamorized by the things that will pull a certain person. They gonna tell you it's gonna be cold 9 months out the year, but it's the experience that is second to none. Now, obviously, I don't know all experiences, but I know Notre Dame was different than Florida drastically. I know that.
Paul left. I had to walk away for a second, handle something. But
That's
no,
right.
it's a great debate, man. I would not be mad if if this is a matter of what Coach Mark did to you, and they wouldn't do this because he's a 26 kid. But if it came down to someone saying, "Hey, man, Brady, that guy Ryder Lyons is ready to commit, bro.
Never ready to commit.
Like, hey, it's you and him. I'm man. That's happened to me. That's heaven. You stack, you stack
That's that.
Kenny,
Yeah.
you stack Kenny, CJ, Deuce, and Brady, Smiggle, or Ryder Lyons. Man, man.
Man. Hey, listen, that room. Oof. I think it's something to be excited about. But at the same time, I think that we'll see how it plays out. I trust the program in its direction, though, 100%. 100%.
I wonder if this was like a Mike Denbrock special. Like, hey, you haven't checked out this kid. We got to go see this kid.
I mean, he's now Denver recruits California, I think, right? Or he did when he was at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think so. That was one of his areas.
So he probably is like, oh, like I know where to go. I know where to go.
Man, look, I absolutely love it. Lucky Lefty podcast. Um, let us know how you feel about this 10 a.m. slot. Let us know because we're contemplating going 10 to noon, 10 to noon every day, Central Time. Let us know. So that will be 11 to 1 on the East Coast. And people out there by you, love, that's 8 to 10. That's a little early, bro.
I think that's why it's the love of YouTube. You can always go back and watch it.
I guess that is the case. That is the case, man. Lucky Lefty podcast. We just gave you a full hour of a preview for Notre Dame's Junior Day. Big time commits, big time, especially on the defensive side of the ball. There's some dudes coming to South Bend, some dudes, and Notre Dame's doing a great job of trying to plant the flag in Indianapolis, the surrounding areas. Hopefully, they hit up Maryville as well, and then they bum rush Chicago today. as a coaching staff. That's huge. That's huge. It's vitally important. Smile on my face, man. Got to reach out to a couple of coaches and CPS when I get done with the show and see how things went. Matter of fact, I don't even think they had to take the PJ up here. They just hopped in one of the nice little Suburbans, had somebody drive them up here. Left something funny that you might, how young? Because you're the food guy, right? You're the one that has like a plethora of recipes that you try and that you love to taste, right? How old does little Left have to be before you start training him and raising him right, Left?
Training to for like his journey, like we about to start crafting, or
Like, standing next to you on the grill, Left, like learning at your feet.
oh, that video, you saw the video?
Yo, so Left,
Yeah, that baby out there cooking, man.
you know what I'm saying? This right here touched my heart, Left.
They say you got to spray over there. Get over there. You can't miss that corner.
Touch my heart, dog. Look, you gotta train him up, Left. You gotta train him up. Look, he's in the pull-up, Left. The pull-up.
He over there for you. Get over there.
Left. My man is in the pull-up getting it done, Left.
Yeah. Perfect arm length distance, not too up on the grill. He like, let me go ahead and just keep them things moist, man.
And the wings look good.
Ooh.
Look fire, bro.
That brother, yeah. He said, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. That's why I'm like, but kids don't want to know cursing. You know what I mean? These are the skills we need at school. Look at that.
In the pull-up, Left. What is he, about 6? What is he? He's a biggin, as they call him down there in the country. He's a biggin.
He probably eat what he cooked. He look like it.
Man, that touched my heart, dude. That touched my heart, dude.
That baby gonna have cookouts rocking for decades and decades.
Dude, I have done some young man a great service, Left, because baby girl used to be, because I had the little swinging joint that I used to put her in on Saturdays, bro, when she used to sit next to me and watch Notre Dame football. And she grew out of that, and she would have the corner of the couch under her little blankie, her little Dora the Explorer blankie, when she grew out of the swing. And then the next thing she would do is she would get on the bed behind me and lay on stomach as she got older. My point is, I raised a young lady, dude, that loves to sit there and watch sports, dude.
Man, what a joy that is.
Love sports. So I have blessed some young man. Some young man's gonna be blessed to say, man, my woman loves watching sports. She loves going to sporting events. I expect a thank you gift every year, Left. Every year, I expect a gift on their anniversary. Every year, Left. Every year. I need a thank you gift from my son-in-law.
That's right. I prepared it right.
Dude, she season tickets to USC games, bro. She goes to USC women's and men's basketball.
And this on her
games.
own tuition.
On her own. She goes with the basketball team. She's been to every Pac-10, Pac-12 basketball tournament. She does that because it's in Vegas.
Like the tournament, like the conference championship tournament.
Yeah. She does that because it's in Vegas. She thinks I don't know. She tried to play it like, because she went to Vegas for her 21st birthday, so she tried to play it like.
Don't do that to her, Sean. Don't do that to her, Sean.
I'm a parent. I'm a parent. She's not playing me. She tried to play this like this is going to be the first time she went to a club in Vegas. I said, girl, you go to Vegas every April or every March for the conference championship. You have been inside a Vegas club. Stop lying to me right now.
Oh man, don't do it to her, Sean.
I had to bust her out. I had to bust her out.
She like, oh man, this is gonna be new and fun. This is the first time, and
you know how I know? Because her girl and her soror which is one of her best friends, is married to a Las Vegas Raider, dude. So every time she goes out there, she has to hook up.
Yeah, you ain't going out there consistently with no hookup because Vegas, first of all, too expensive. So you only going there if there's somebody that's gonna get you somewhere fast and for free.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, just don't act, dude. I know it's your 21st, but we're not about to sit here and act like this is your first time clubbing it in Vegas. Don't do that. Your dad, I know.
They
I
try to
know.
hit you. They try to hit you with the. I didn't even know that was. No, no.
Dude, like I told you, she went for her birthday. I talked to her Saturday night. She was like, "Yeah, I'm waking up tomorrow morning and I'm headed back." Right? Then I see her IG story. She's at the Raiders Chiefs game.
Sitting with some tickets, you know she ain't buy. Ain't no
You're
way she
sitting
bought
with
them.
tickets that I know you can't afford it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know your pockets.
I don't. I don't want to pay.
And they said Raiders ain't giving out tickets for free now.
No,
I know that. That
absolutely not, man. Lucky Lefty podcast. When we come back, we'll get into more Notre Dame talk. NFL big weekend, man. You want to talk about quarterback play and showing the difference, or taking a step up? We'll talk about that and correlate it to Notre Dame football. Lucky Lefty podcast. We got about 20 more minutes, man. We spin it different. Lucky Lefty podcast. Back in it. Left will be back, I'm sure. NFL weekend, right? So, how does this correlate to Notre Dame? I think it's very interesting that we see a lot of teams that can win multiple ways offensively. And that I think this is something that Mike Denbrock is going to bring to Notre Dame. Being able
Yep.
to win multiple ways offensively. Let's take the matchup in Orchard Park. Patrick Mahomes goes on the road for the very first time, left. That means nothing to Patrick Mahomes. Now, it might mean something to his terrible offensive tackles when it comes to penalties and pre-snap penalties. It definitely be a factor. But as far as Patrick Mahomes, I don't think he's going to be affected, dude. I mean, he's just one of those dudes, man. You just, man, put him in the middle of the Coliseum on sand. Great quarterbacks, they do what they do. But we'll see how a surrounding cast acts in a different environment in a divisional round. Then you have your boy left, your favorite quarterback, Josh Allen, with an opportunity to prove himself. An opportunity to prove himself in this setting. Can he take the next step to get to that Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow echelon in quarterback play, right? And the key to this game might be the running backs. Pacheco versus Cook. Who supports the quarterback better in this matchup with two really good defenses? Both of these defenses are phenomenal. So every
Yeah.
time they play, it's a close game. Every time they
Every
play,
time.
it's a close game, right? The last time they played in Kansas City 6 weeks ago, I think 7 weeks ago, we got the infamous Kadarius Toney offside that took away a touchdown that would have put the Chiefs ahead late in that game. So
Stop.
when we talk about looking at all of these teams and just using that matchup as an example, because I think both teams, like, look, in the Super Bowl last year, they're down 10, 11 points? No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And it literally just, because I could hear you previously. But think about this, ladies and gentlemen, as it relates to Notre Dame. The Chiefs, they have the greatest quarterback. Greatest quarterback. And they come out of halftime in the Super Bowl and they go to Isaiah Pacheco. They're down double digits to the Eagles, and they come out and go to Isaiah Pacheco. We're gonna run the ball against a stout
Yeah.
Front seven of the Philadelphia Eagles last year. So it's just amazing that the ability to win big games and impact big games multiple ways offensively is something that Notre Dame has struggled to do. And I think it's something that
Yeah.
Mike Denbrock is going to be able to bring to the offense.
Yeah, and it's struggled in the sense of like we've been right there, but it's like we can't figure it out.
Yeah.
We get to the big dance and get cold feet. But we play well. That's what I don't.
Yeah, big games, they're always close. I mean, the Bama game blowout, a couple of the Clemson joints were blowouts. They've beaten Clemson a couple of times. They were right there both times they played Georgia. They've beaten Oklahoma on the road. Ohio State had a chance to win both games in the fourth quarter. So, like, yeah, like you said, man, Notre Dame is right there the majority of the time in these
That's
big
right.
games.
Yeah, we never went to a big game and just completely flopped. It's always just been disappointing losses.
So, big games, and you talk about what Notre Dame needs to do, being able to do what they always do is run the ball, right?
Yeah.
But then being able to be efficient in the passing game, that's going to be a change in big games, right? Because that has been outside of the tight end, right? Because Cole Kmet basically got to the lead on his first big game back against Georgia. That's how Cole Kmet got to the lead. He comes back against Georgia on the road, goes over 100 yards, goes
Yeah, that's
crazy.
what put him on the map. That game put him
And
on the map.
next thing you know, he's in the league. Hot, right? So I'm interested in seeing whether or not we start to see. How do you really think is Louisville a big game to you, Left? I know it's a revenge game.
No.
Okay, it's not a big game to me either, Left. It's just not.
What is Louisville's history to make it a big game?
It's not a big game. And I know Louisville will probably be ranked. They have a lot of talent that they got in the transfer portal. I'm really not impressed with the quarterback they have. But heck, I wasn't impressed with the quarterback they had last year. That's not a big game to me. Now, when we're talking about Notre Dame level, that's not a big game. It's not. It's just not.
Like a
Florida,
big game would be.
Florida State is a big game. Florida
Yeah,
State more than likely is going to be a
it's
big game.
naturally a big game, but we don't know how they're gonna look this year.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, heck, they're picking up all the Alabama guys that are leaving.
Yeah, but we saw with all that talent and a shabby quarterback, they look very beatable.
Yeah, the quarterback play still isn't.
They got DJ Uongagale, right?
Yeah, it still isn't top notch. Not scared. Not scared at all. Like there's no fear with him walking in.
Not in Uongagale.
And what I mean by that, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I felt like when DJ Wagalele stepped into Notre Dame Stadium during the pandemic, that Notre Dame had a chance to win. I was like, we can win this game. And it took us overtime to win it. But the moment I knew Trevor was going to be back for that conference championship game, I was like, yeah, nah, nah.
It just didn't seem the same.
It, it,
Like
it, and
it
that's
didn't seem
there's no quarterback on this schedule that gives me that feeling.
100%. That's why I said this is the most slam dunk that we've ever been.
I don't even think the Texas A&M is a big game.
Not with what they got going on. They got bigger problems to solve.
What their record has been 8-4, 8-4, 9-3. Like,
Us losing would be more disappointing because we're further along as a program than what they are. So all the things they're trying to iron out, we've had it ironed out already, and we're rolling. We're This is the rolling year. It shouldn't be any worry about we got to play big time Pittsburgh. What?
I mean, it's a
No
big
team on the schedule
time,
is bigger than who we
it's a
are.
big time SEC program. I get it. They're a historical football program. I get it. They had battles with Lou Holtz back in the 90s. Great battles in bowl games. I get it. But this is, even with Mike Elko being a great coach, building a great staff, this is a transitional year. They lost a ton of talent. They have a talent. They had a talented roster, but they
I have
lost a ton
one.
of talent. Now, Notre Dame can't lose to a team in transition.
No.
That first game in a new system, first game with new players. Notre Dame is 3 years into Marcus Freeman with an established staff. Losing that game would be a disappointment. Left it flat out
Yeah,
would.
it's a
I'm sorry.
disappointment because a team that's rebuilding over a team that's built. We're
Yes,
built.
yes,
There's no more. I mean, obviously we can add, but we are built from a structure. Elko's got to put his whole system in. We're up and running.
yeah,
So it's an indictment on us losing it and a bigger credit to them winning because they're like, man, we didn't expect this. Nobody's expecting them to just roll out and be the team that's as successful as we've been.
yeah,
Just starting out. Like, who is this, Urban Meyer? We know Elko.
man.
But that's the same argument I use with Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. I'm just like, it's just not an automatic 9-win season.
And I'm
It's just
left. I promise you. Initially, when you said it, I was just giving a lot of credence to the name Alabama. I was, and I said I think the floor is going to be 9 wins. I was like, yo, I can see them winning 9, maybe losing 3.
but
I mean,
Alabama was based off of Saban.
yeah, and I think you see Caleb Downs lead. That's a huge player on the defensive side.
Isaiah Bond was huge leaving.
Isaiah Bond going to Texas. You have Caden Proctor jumping in the portal. There's rumors of Keon Keeley leaving. That's a lot, man. That's a lot of top-notch talent.
That's right.
And I'm like, and then Julian Sayin left and decommitted from the
It's a big, it's a
24th.
big, it's
So
a big thing.
it is. No, A&M was a talented team. A&M's not.
Yeah,
They,
A&M was paid talent for
they
sure.
do not have the same depth that they used to have. And the crazy thing is, the depth that they had didn't win, so it didn't make a difference. The depth that they had didn't win. Now you add different coaching, different systems, but still, you don't lose to a team that's transitioning into a new, and you're in year 3 with
It's an
just as
indictment.
or more
It's an
talent.
indictment.
Yeah, that. I mean, I hate to say it out the gate, game 1, but that would not be a good loss. Not in year 3.
It wouldn't
Maybe
be
year
acceptable at all.
no.
It would be hard to look past it because it's like, what's the excuse?
Hmm.
All their best players, quote unquote, left on their own fruition, and they're not structured or went through the peaks and valleys yet that we have. So experience should win us this game.
Mm.
Yeah, they'll get some guys to come in, but the unity and experience should win.
I agree with that, Left. Lucky Lefty podcast. So, what allows a team, or what's the most important call in a team being able, to have multiple ways to attack good teams and good defenses? Like, if you said this is the one thing I need, as a play caller, OC, going into this matchup against Kirby Smart in Georgia, what would it be? Or I'll give you three things. Give me the three things because one is that's you need more than one thing. Give me the three things you need going into a matchup with, say, Georgia in a
You need a
playoff game.
capable quarterback, a dynamic receiver, and a nasty D line. A D line is going to force Georgia offensively to lean on something. If you don't force Georgia to lean on anything, and they running and passing and play action and all this stuff, it's not too many teams that you can deal with because they're just too consistent on the other side of football. We learned the blueprint from Ohio State. If you can get into a scoring matchup with Georgia, that's your best way.
Mm,
Because Georgia has leaned so hard on just shutting guys out, so you only had to get a certain amount. But when you shock them by saying, okay, we got to keep up with our scoring, that's the game you want to be in with Georgia. I don't think they're built to where if you try to go 2017 and try to win on the last effort, you got to have them on their toes all the time.
Lucky Lefty podcast.
And the D line is going to be the stabilizer.
Mm,
Because you got a nasty D line, you get the offense off the field, you get a chance for more turnovers. Quarterback that's generational talented. I know that's hard to ask, but that's something you can lean on going into a game where we're just talking hypotheticals. Hypotheticals, 9 times out of 10, you get a generational quarterback or a first round talent quarterback. That's an ingredient to success in most cases. And then
mm,
finally, that dynamic receiver that has always challenged Alabama and Georgia defenses is star receiver cores. Trevor Lawrence threw for like 400 yards in the championship game against Bama. Deshaun Watson threw against 400 yards, 500 yards damn near.
889, bro. 2 years in a row.
Yeah, so if you want to beat that Georgia secondary, that Alabama secondary, that's the weak link. Bryce Young had a fantastic showing against Georgia's secondary. CJ Stroud had a fantastic showing against his secondary. So if you want to beat a team that is just extremely built box seven, secondary is the weakness, and it only shows in championship games and at the end of the season because you're playing a generational quarterback usually. You know,
Yeah, yeah. We still don't consider USC a big. I mean, it's a rival.
winning
So,
the
quote
national
unquote,
championship
it's a
over
big
USC is
game.
a big deal.
Yeah, that would be that dream matchup, right? That dream matchup in the national championship game would be to beat USC. But
I
like
think
regular
after
season
beating
games now,
Caleb the way we did, it's not looked at as a big game. It's looked at as a rivalry.
mm,
And there's a ton of rivalries that aren't big games because one team you. So this isn't a big game because when USC,
Michigan State,
right,
basketball, Illinois and Northwestern is a rivalry.
right,
We don't look at
Illinois
Northwestern
doing
like
right.
that.
Yeah, y'all don't think Northwestern competition.
No, no, no. And they still claim to be Chicago's Big Ten team. Like that's their mantra. Chicago's Big Ten team. No,
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 Chicago's downtown team that's located here.
man, no.
But yeah, so USC can't seem like a big game to me because if you get a winner that you riding the success and hype off of, and we beat him and score 45 points, what can else be big? Because y'all not gonna be no number one team in the country because y'all don't have a defense ever for that. So what's big about what y'all bringing? Y'all already had the best of the best at that position that's worth the watch, and we washed him.
Yeah.
So what's big about our next matchup? We have a better team. We'll probably be ranked in the top 25, top 10. And are you going to be ranked in the top 10? Who knows who your quarterback is? You still don't got a defense. Secondary is atrocious. Receivers have left, right? So I don't know what makes the game big. Lincoln Riley can't go out there and score no touchdowns. So what's making the game big with USC other than that's our rival?
Man.
That should be a slam dunk also because they're also in a quote unquote rebuild stage. It'd be a shame to lose to USC at a quote unquote rebuild. Their number one quarterback left, so it's like, what are we talking about?
Man, I don't know. I don't know, Lucky Lefty podcast. Who do you think? Now, here's a trick question. Who is the best quarterback to implement Mike Denbrock's system? I didn't say who's the best quarterback. Who's the best quarterback to implement Mike Denbrock's system?
In the system
That's
that
like a little curveball. Not
are the
who's the best
quarterbacks right
quarterback.
now?
Yeah. Yes.
Are we including Deuce Knight? So all included, Deuce Knight included. Um, I would say Kenny. I just don't know enough about CJ Carr yet, so that's kind of a little unfair. And I only included Deuce Knight because
Mm-hmm.
of what I believe what the offense could look like.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Carr, I just feel like he's hit his ceiling. Like he's gonna be as good as he's gonna be. He is what he is. He's a good quarterback that can win when the table is set. I just think which is a really good quarterback. That's 8, 9 wins a season potentially.
Yeah. Yeah. I,
That's
I
we can't come on now. You win 8, 9 games a season, you gonna be celebrated in some regard.
mhm.
I just think that's who he is as a player. I don't do you see something different, Sean? Because when I compared to Deuce Knight, I'm like, okay, there's potential where we can catch a season of a 12 win and
But I
with
would be
some
a
of the similar
prisoner.
things going right.
I would be a prisoner of the moment, not to look at what he did with Jaden Daniels and say a quarterback more like him. But that could be
Yeah,
Kenny in certain
yeah. I don't want to be
aspects.
pressing the moment.
But that could be Riley Leonard in certain
Heck,
aspects. So I don't think I would say Steve Angeli would be the prime candidate.
I think Steve is a prime candidate, but I think Kenny could run it better. I think Steve could do it on a.
I think all three could run it. That's
All
not the
three could
issue.
run it. Is
But
who will get the most out of it? I think Kenny by
I think the
margins.
knowledge, quick passing game, Steve, Kenny, just the arm talent, being
Just
able
the
to go
arm talent,
downfield and everything, and then Riley Leonard being a dual threat,
Riley
just
Leonard can
like
probably
Jaden Daniels.
execute all the things he's asking, and then but he's got to balance staying healthy, because he's running around.
It is.
He running around. Like think about this: when Duke got in trouble and when in doubt, what did they go to? The quarterback run game, and that's
Mhm,
just so unusual when you're hyping this kid up as like a possible first round pick. I don't
mhm,
know how many quarterbacks that are run first that are hyped up as first round picks these days.
mhm,
They didn't go 5 wide when they got in trouble against Notre Dame. They went to quarterback run game. Now maybe that's strategy, but I just haven't seen any top quarterbacks that have been in the draft lately start running the football in order to try to win the game. I just haven't seen it. I don't know if it was just one time,
yeah,
but Ohio State didn't ask CJ Stroud to start running around with quarterback run game when the game with Georgia got tight.
yeah.
They said we need to throw that thing.
Mhm.
And when we get in them same positions, I find it hard in a big game to be like, let's run our way to victory. In situations we got to win. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. We got a super chat. Doma Wop. Don't count Elko out. We didn't exactly crush them in his first year. That was Duke talent. Now Elko will have a 10, 18 A&M talent. Arrogance is our alkalis. Alkalis. I don't know. Alkalis. I don't know why that word was giving me so much trouble. Look,
It's
man,
like
I don't.
onomatopoeia.
No, we never said. Look, we didn't count Elko out.
It's
Look,
nothing about Elko.
This is about Notre Dame. This is
It's
not
about
a
Notre
big
Dame.
game.
It's
They
about
lost
Notre
half of their
Dame.
talent. They have a new system, new coaching
Stop,
staff.
Jaja.
If you in your third year with all of your players now
Yeah, yeah.
on the field playing, this is your system, and you have your full allotment of the guys you wanted as a coaching staff. If you can't beat a team in transition,
Yeah,
that's an
it's a
indictment.
shame.
Period. That's
Nothing you can
not
say.
a good loss.
Has not. I don't
And
care how
if
good Elko can be.
Notre Dame wins that game, nobody's going to big up Notre Dame for that game. Notre Dame is
No,
expected to win
no,
that game.
exactly. We're
Nobody's
expecting
going
it
to big up them.
because at the end of the day, it takes 21 years to be 21, and it takes time to
Absolutely.
build a program. So you're telling me Elko can just walk in somewhere and beat a Notre Dame team has
That's
been
not
built
good.
off of 3 years? That's what you're telling me, and it's
That's not
hard for me
good.
to just believe that alone. And it
That's
has
not
no
good.
indictment to Elko, but it's no way in hell.
That's not
If
good.
we are considered any worth a damn as a program, that should be a sentence that makes sense.
And that's not to say the game shouldn't be hard. The game shouldn't be close. The A&M has talent. That ain't nothing to do with it.
No.
You have
And
three
Elko may have a
years.
great season that year. They may win 6 or 7 games.
I
It's
do.
relative. But we're
It's
not
not a.
going the same place that they're going.
It's not a big game. Oh man, that's a pretty big dinosaur. Little left has. That's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Lucky Lefty podcast. We give you special effects right here, only Jurassic Park style. Lucky Lefty podcast. I told you he's a star, Left. He's gonna find a way to get in the show. He's a star. That's your NIL money right there, bro.
Right. That's right.
Matter of fact, find him an agent right now. Find him an agent. Get him
Find
in
him an
commercial.
agent.
Find him an agent right now. Get him in commercial. Get him commercials. Lucky Lefty podcast. But yeah, it is. Mike Elko is a fantastic coach, man. But you cannot compare where that program is going to be to where Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame's program is supposed to be. Two totally different areas. And there's no way Notre Dame cannot come away with that. You're 3 years in, like all the excuses are gone, right? You went from 9 wins to 10 wins. Okay. So the next step is what, 11 or 12 wins?
See that?
Marcus Freeman went from 9 wins to 10 wins. So the next step is 11 or 12, right? And a
Yeah,
playoff
that's the
berth.
natural progress. I mean, it's
Hey,
just hard to go backwards because it's like, how? We got enough resources, enough coaching experience, enough whatever we need to continue being good.
mm-hmm,
No reason. And it's funny because yes, like you said, it's going to be a hard game.
mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, I would love to just be like, yeah, we're gonna blow them out. But I'm just being realistic. And a lot of it is because Texas A&M is gonna have talented guys, but that's not the problem. The problem is we have to be game situationally experienced enough to know how to handle these environments. That only comes when you have 3 years of the same coordinator, guys have coming back, playing, having multiple games of experience. At the end of the day, even with transfers, they don't have enough time as a team to beat us. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
He ain't got enough time spent to just roll out there and say, oh, we shouldn't be expected to win this game. So I have a lot of confidence that over time we will continue to show why we're a good team.
Yeah.
And the Marshall loss and Stanford loss is, in my opinion, was the first and the last.
Hopefully you're right, Left.
And I
I
would credit
never
that
want to
because
see
they didn't
that.
have skin in the game. You know, Marcus Freeman, a little wet behind the ears, and he saw that in those moments that, yeah, even you can lose to a Marshall if you go out here and play around, essentially.
No, Doma Wop, you're good. You're good. No misunderstanding at all, man. It's just, man, others might not feel the same way. They might not. I just think at this point in year 3, all the excuses and it's like, no, nope. If Jimbo was there, you knew it was going to be a talented team with bad culture.
Talent team, bad culture, and
And Marcus Freeman in his 3rd year should still beat that
should
team.
still beat them.
It
Still
doesn't
beat them,
matter
no
what
question.
Texas A&M team you were going to be facing. Marcus Freeman should be able to go on the road and beat that team in year 3 in
Texas
Notre Dame.
A&M is stuck at consistently 8-4, 7-5. Like
Flat out.
they're not.
Flat
There's
out.
5 teams that's just going to beat them.
So, like you said, Left, this is not about Texas A&M. This is the litmus test for Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman in year 3,
And that's
right
why it's
off
the
the
same
bat.
conversation about Louisville's not a big game. Come
Yeah,
on.
Louisville,
Louisville's not
Louisville.
a program we should be inferior of.
No, no, no. The Louisville should be okay. We spanking y'all by at least 20 at the crib. At
At
least
least
20.
20.
Yeah,
At least 20.
we owe you. Don't take this whooping personally because it's coming. That should be the
Yeah, and
mentality
it's
that
just
whole
right on
weekend.
time, man. We supposed to owe y'all a good one to remind y'all Louisville.
And then the USC game out at USC should be, oh, y'all thought last year was a fluke? We're gonna do it again.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it again
This
at
year,
y'all
this
place.
year, this year, we're gonna embarrass Miller Moss.
He ain't
Y'all
throwing
don't
7
have the
touchdowns
hype.
versus us.
Wait a minute. Y'all gonna bring
He
this
ain't
salt
he ain't
team
throwing 7
without
touchdowns versus
exactly, exactly,
us.
exactly. This ain't the Holly. Yeah, this ain't San Diego, and it's not the Holiday Bowl. Sorry, man. That's the mentality this team needs to have. At this point, this program needs to have. Yo, They need to be the stalkers. They need to be stalking prey. That's Notre Dame needs to be the hunters right now.
Yeah, we the one picking on people. We the
Yeah, it's
bullies.
time out for being Notre Dame is always being hunted, man. Everybody wants to play their best game against Notre Dame. It's time to
Yeah,
reverse
it's like
that,
they
man.
like get up for us. We don't want
Yeah,
teams getting up for us. We want teams
no,
like, man,
they
like
need
Georgia. Georgia's like, man, we gotta play them, bro. We
right,
most likely know we gonna lose, but we gonna
exactly,
try hard.
exactly.
That's the mentality we want other teams to have.
That cat Mike Elko needs to be saying, "Man, I wish I was playing Texas State my first game." That's what he needs to be saying. Like, boy, I got to play Marcus Freeman in Notre Dame week 1.
Yeah. My program, I gotta get ready in the summer for that.
Right.
Not like, oh man, that'd be a great game to open up. To put myself at that a standard
Yeah.
that maybe if we come out on the right, eat the right Wheaties in the morning, we can beat them. That's what every team feels like playing us.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, if we catch fire late, we get them to the last couple possessions. It can go either way.
Hmm.
And it may not happen like that, but that's the mentality. Teams don't come in there fearing Notre Dame. So getting that edge back, I
Getting
think
that
will be
edge
so
back.
refreshing for the program.
Yes. Yes. That's why when Louisville comes in, bang, no, bang, man, embarrass those dudes. Man, put college football on notice. It's different this year. We went down to College Station. You saw what we did. We came back. Louisville walked in here ranked and thought they were about to do something. We embarrassed them. Man, Northern Illinois, y'all might not even want to make that trip. Don't even get on the bus. Just forfeit. Like, have teams literally fearful to take the field. Lou Holtz was able to do that. Lou Holtz was able to do that, man. Because you have to be able to counteract the fact that you are Notre Dame and you are the feather or could be the feather in every coach's and every team's cap if they're able to get a win over you. You have to do like John Witherspoon and Boomerang. You got to don't get whip, reverse it. Marcus Freeman Notre Dame, you got to reverse it. Yeah, you got to whip them dudes. Lucky Lefty podcast. Great show, Left. Great show, Left. Recruiting hour coming up with my
Yes,
guys
sir.
Uncle R and myself. Left. Man, enjoy your good weather. You know what time it is.
Petticoat, petticoat, petticoat junction.
It's time to get petty
Oh, we did a good job executing.
Are you upset with something?
and fire up the Petticoat Junction train.
I just don't like you.
You don't?
No.
What is today's petty historic Petty Junction?
Petticoat Junction.
I'm sorry. I would like to put the entire Chicago sports fan base on the Petty Train. It is January the 19th, 2024 left, and I am already exhausted, demoralized, sick, and tired of the Justin Fields, Caleb Williams discussion left. Already. And I have at least another 3 months to endure this foolishness, dude. The foolishness on both sides to tear down one and build up the other. In my opinion, left, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Either you keep the guy you got and you get a boatload of picks to build your team out over the next 2 years, or you get a really good quarterback and pair him with another first-round talent to make your offense better with an ever-increasing in talent defense with free agent cap money to spend. It's a win-win. But we still found a way to argue and bicker as fans in Chicago. I don't know how much I can put up with it, left. Ryan Poles just needs to name the starter right now, left. Ryan Poles can even come out and say, hey, Caleb Williams is our day one starter. We're taking it. Just say it today. Or just say Justin Fields is our guy. Like, that's what I wish Ryan Poles would do right at this moment. This is our guy. This is our start. Now we're moving forward. If you say Justin Fields is your guy, we're open for business. Reports have said 5 teams have already contacted the Bears about the number 1 pick. 5. You know what the going rate is? We need those 3 first-round picks, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. This year's, next year's, and heck, if you want to throw in the following year, go right ahead. But that is it. Either you have 2 first-rounders. If you have 2 first-rounders this year, we'll take it. And next year's. If you don't, stack up your offer. Minimum, we need 2 first rounds. And your second round this year. It is what it is. If Justin Fields is on the block, guess what? Hello, Atlanta. We'll take the number 8 pick so we can have 1, 8, and 9. It's a win-win. Like, this is the greatest position the Chicago Bears have ever been in draft history. And Bears fans are still arguing with one another. Relax, man. Like they say, trust in Poles and let him do his job. Lucky Lefty podcast, man. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Make sure that you spend it different today.